Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not digitally pictured on your screen, is every-time producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And we are back with Sweet Home Chicago Blackhawks 2024-2025 season continued. Jeff, you left us in a pretty reasonable spot here.
Yeah, but kind of like your game where we've got the big pile of injuries. I think Teravainen's was the new one I added.
That's
And
looking at it.
Vlasic still a couple of months away. Mikheyev, same thing. Foligno 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, I mean,
Do you
it's
think we'll
not
get
like we've
Shea Weber
had
back?
better scoring than the actual Hawks had this year. What were you going to say? Sorry.
So, do you think we're going to get Shea Weber back? It
Seems
was a joke.
unlikely.
It was a joke. Yes. Yeah. So we're playing surprisingly well. We're not very far out from the playoffs. I mean, we got
We're in the playoffs.
No, we're not. We're 71 games.
Oh, no, I mean, but we're
Oh,
we,
yes,
we're
yes.
in a
We're
playoff
in
position.
the playoffs. I understand what you mean now. Yeah. So we made some moves in our last game. I'm just going to kind of keep simming this through, and we'll see if we take any more injuries. And it's a 3-2 win over New Jersey in overtime.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was going to say, is basically, we really haven't had much more scoring than the actual Hawks got this year. It's just Spencer Knight has been lights out in goal
Yeah.
because we started with the trade deadline rosters and we've had them all year, and he's had pretty much a Vezina quality
Okay.
season, 40 wins.
Wait a second. I gotta go back and look at this for a second. So Connor Bedard has 40 goals, but only has 14 assists.
Yeah, because we switched his role. So he was doing the opposite of the way he was playing this year.
All right.
So he's shooting a lot more and put up a lot more goals,
Yeah.
but got a lot fewer assists.
And right, you had
I think
signed a bunch of guys that were upcoming free agents and left. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I did notice something that we missed when we got Ian Cole as I think that was a throw in when we traded TJ Brody for Maverick Lamoureux. We needed somebody to make up the salary.
Oh yeah.
We didn't realize, I didn't notice at the time, but Utah had already extended him.
Oh okay. So
So we're stuck with him at another. It's slightly lower than this year's salary, but he's 2.8 million next year.
oh,
So
it's only 1 year.
we
I mean,
may want to,
we could buy him out anyways if we really want to.
yeah, or ditch it for a draft pick, or we'll see in the offseason. Maybe we
Yeah.
need that to get to the floor.
Yeah. So there is some options there. Okay. So we've signed our guys, and we're just gonna kind of keep simming here. Oh, we'll give Soderblom a game versus the Knights. And it's 7-4 victory. All right. We're doing everything right,
Yeah, 3 points for Gavin Hayes.
which I see here. Oops. I got to get. There we go. Soderblom with the right uniform on. One thing about us sharing our saves is, yeah, if I forget to update the images, then that can happen. But yeah, now we're back in first in the Central by 1 point.
Yeah. And if you're just looking
Although,
at the
amazingly, we only have one overtime loss. That's crazy.
check the league demographic screen for a sec after this one.
Okay, okay, fine. I'm gonna play this one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
League demographic screen. 3-1 victory over Utah. We continue to win. All right, Jeff, remind me, how do I get to the league demographic screen?
NHL.
Hold on, we're advancing.
Well,
And
you don't hit continue first, but yeah, under reports.
okay, here we go. NHL demographics. What am I looking at?
The second tab.
Team stats. Okay. And we have.
Oldest team. We are the youngest team in the league by almost a full year average. And that's only because it's only
Oh, yeah, there.
that short, close to a margin because
Shea Weber.
Weber's 39 years is adding a bunch to it.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Take him out, that's probably another year off the average.
Yep.
So we're extremely young. somehow still winning.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes. Packs 2-5-7-5 says, I made it to the conference finals as 24-25 Chicago. Was shocked how good they are. Well, again, they're not as bad as they've shown. And again, Spencer Knight for a full year since we started this post-trade deadline rosters has made a big difference in goal and probably stolen us a few games. I mean, you look at his stats, 42 wins and 2.08 goals against. Nick Foligno is starting to skate. Development report. All right, we should see lots of ups here. And yeah, Frank Nazar with a nice bump. Sasha. I can't say that name. Compared to reality. Well, I mean, it is. Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Lots of ups. Lots of ups. That's crazy. One guy going down. Your buddy. Mikalev going down. Top selling jersey, Connor Bedard sitting at number 7. And Nick Ehlers was named player of the month. Okay, just have to take a quick peek. Did he resign in Winnipeg? He did. On a fairly reasonable salary. Not sure that'll happen in real life. But we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. Just checking Besser in Vancouver in this game. It looks like he hasn't. Resigned it is.
Yeah.
Canucks, a couple of coaching changes in their real league this year, or today.
Yeah.
Tocchet going to Philadelphia, no real surprise there. And Adam Foote, now the head coach in Vancouver, which we were talking before the stream, doesn't really thrill me because I saw him, miss the playoffs once with Kelowna and then would have missed it the second time if COVID hadn't ended the season. So not a particularly impressive junior record. I'm not sure how that translates to somehow becoming an NHL head coach.
Well, again, I would point at Martin St. Louis went from coaching, 14-year-olds? And that's worked out okay for Montreal.
Well, I hope it works out that well for us, but not really confident.
Owner is happy with everything. I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
The problem is he thinks we're a contender now.
I mean,
so if
maybe
Knight has a little bit of an off season next year, we may be in trouble.
If Knight does?
At least. Yeah. I mean, he's been the best goalie in the league this year.
I'm sorry. Year. Okay, we were talking about real life, and then suddenly, okay.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking talking about Vancouver, and then I'm like, what? I got very confused there for a minute, but okay, I got you. There, Knight's save percentage has climbed up there, 918 now. Smelly Wrestling Geek says Florida is playing with serious confidence right now. I turned it on and I laughed, and then I went back to do something else, and I came back again and I laughed more when I saw it was 6-0.
If you haven't seen Reddit today, Steve Dangle, there's a video of him absolutely losing his mind on his stream watching a game.
Oh, we lost versus the Capitals. I mean, honestly, it's the most Leafs things ever, but I don't wish bad on the Leafs, but I'm not cheering for the Leafs at all. Media criticizes Connor Bedard. We'll defend him. As we should.
Media isn't going to like that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're still very good. We'll defend him and say there's room for improvement, but he's a young player. Yeah, Florida is, goes down 0-2, and then they're just stomping them. You see guys were throwing jerseys on the ice tonight?
Yeah, man, the Matthews jersey. Oh, there's actually an owner goal that we didn't notice, I guess.
Nope. What is it?
Check it there's a couple of them, but
4-1. Okay. All right.
One we've got another year to deal with, so that's not so urgent. But
By the end of next season, yeah, right wing. Get rid of Shea Weber, Spencer Knight. Get rid of the goalie.
Yeah, I know when that came in, that seemed like a good idea. But I mean, Weber will be gone, so that'll qualify for that.
No, because that ends before
Oh, is that the
June
so?
29th. So,
Oh yeah, so if we want to do that one, we might have to trade Vlasic in the off season.
or trade Weber. Both those guys are hurt, anyways.
Yeah,
Uh,
Weber would be the. I don't know if I don't know if anybody would take Weber though,
and
because he's
Lucas
still have
Reichel just got
negative
hurt.
value.
How bad is he hurt now? 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, not the end of the world. So I guess Ratu's coming back in.
Yep. And looks like Murphy's got a little injury too.
He's fine. 1 to 2 weeks. All right, we can maybe get by without calling somebody up. Say he's got gout. He's got gout. Oh, well, that does be unfortunate. We are not delaying treatment for Reichel. That would be a terrible idea. Hard to believe this
Rockford's
is the
still
Florida
doing pretty
franchise
well in
that
the AHL for us.
has struggled for so many years. I mean, no, it's incompetence, and then
Eventually pays off. It's the Oilers' method.
well, they again. Let's be honest. Florida got incredibly lucky with a couple of moves. Like they rolled the dice and found a number one defenseman on waivers, which nobody saw coming. 5-1 loss to Pittsburgh. Okay. Wow, we got wickedly outshot. 46 to 25. Wow. Like, I'm trying to think. What's the name of the Gustav Forsling? Like, he was bouncing around on. He was on. They were like his fourth team in 2 years, and then suddenly he's a number one defenseman. Things happen. Smelly Wrestling Geek says, Adam, what does Winnipeg need to do to come back against Dallas? Honestly, depth scoring. If anybody watched the game last night, oh, I probably should give Connor Murphy that game off. Oh, well, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's down to 65. I'm going to say that.
And we win.
He is on the bottom pair at least.
Yeah. But like Winnipeg played really well. I mean, Money Puck had them at, I don't know, a 60% chance they should have won. Like Ottinger's playing well. Again, Hellebuck's numbers have been better this series. Again, Murata Tesh of The Athletic wrote an article on outlining some stuff, which is a good read. But he also wrote that like 5-on-5, Hellebuck's save percentage is actually better than Ottinger's right now. Which, I mean, should tell you something about how things are actually going. Just, you can't, again, could Hellebuck make a couple more saves? Sure. His confidence is what it is, but he's still a really good goalie. And again, listening to NHL radio this morning, they were talking with Elliot Friedman, and the one guy, I forget who it was just like, well, yeah, couldn't really make his saves, and Hellebuck's not scoring either. I'm like, you know what? That's kind of, 4-3 loss in a shootout. Perfetti scores, and that's it. But yeah, Winnipeg's biggest issue is their scoring has dried up. Power play hasn't scored, which is one thing, but I mean, that would help. But all their depth scoring has not really come through. Velarde needs to bury his chances. I mean, last night they had a 4-on-1 and didn't score. Didn't even get a shot off because they were just off on their passes. Like, those are opportunities you cannot miss. And every single time Winnipeg made a slight mistake, Dallas capitalized and got a goal. Things happen. Dallas is playing really well. 1-0 win over Montreal. Can Winnipeg do it?
Quince is first in the division.
Can Winnipeg come back? Absolutely they can. Will they? I don't know. I will be there tomorrow night. I said either way, maybe expectations were fairly high on the Jets, and maybe that's unfair too from us fans and everyone else
No,
because
you didn't clinch it.
we look at things and okay, he's at 70%. He can stay out another game. Talk about the Jets couldn't win a game after the first game. Well, they did that in the first round. They couldn't win a game after a loss. Well, they did that too. They couldn't win a series. Well, they did that too. So they have conquered some demons. Maybe getting tons of demons is going to be too much, but I don't know. I still believe 4-0 win over Ottawa on the back-to-back night.
And that gets us a division win.
All right. And I mean, whatever. It's been a successful year. Going tomorrow night. I expect them to win tomorrow night. I expect there to be a game in Dallas on Saturday. I think Game 6 is scheduled for. I fully expect the Jets to be headed back and to be watching it. Because I do believe in the Jets. But the playoffs are the playoffs. Connor Murphy is back.
You got a few injuries back, yeah.
So, Murphy comes back in. Foligno's day-to-day, so I'm just going to move him to the active roster.
Yeah. It's playoffs anyhow, so you got no roster limits.
Yep.
Vlasic's only 1 to 2 weeks, too, so you may get him back.
Smelly Wrestling Geek says the true depth scoring when your goalie is scoring. Well, it was a funny comment that I agree with. I mean, like, again, they got 1 goal last night. You cannot expect to win many playoff games 1-0. Any hockey games, period. Not a Hart nominee. Really, we didn't get a Vezina nominee. That's crazy.
Who were the Vezina nominees?
Vezina nominees were Markstrom, Ersson, and Stuart Skinner.
Actually, Ersson was about 15 points ahead of Knight in save percentage. Okay. So.
Frank Nazar is up for the Calder.
That's a surprise.
40 points. Macklin Celebrini only had 40 points, so it's not out of the question. And Maxim Ziplikov had 51. He's probably going to be the winner then. Executive of the Year is... We are up for Executive of the Year. With Pat Verbeek and Gelly Crimmon. Frank J. Selke has Ryan Donato as a possible winner. Huh? No Lady Bing nominees. No Mark Messier. No Ted Lindsay. And we are up for the Jack Adams with Bruce Cassidy and Greg Cronin. All right.
Okay, well, Knight should be motivated for the playoffs then if he didn't get...
And we get to play St. Louis in round 1. Cardinals fan. You with Blackhawks in first. Smelly Wrestling Geek says, when you're facing a team with the scoring threats Dallas has, you know what? Again, Winnipeg has the ability to have scoring up and down their lineup. Their guys just haven't scored. And yeah, so let's take a quick look at our matchup.
Oh, yeah,
here.
there we go, Cardinals fan. You got the Blues in the first round.
Chicago. So we won the first game, lost the second game, won the third game. None of the games were particularly close. 4-0, 4-1.
They won the last 2 games.
Oh, right. Yes, my bad. So this might get interesting. Alex Vlasic has resumed skating, so we'll bring him off and put him on the active roster. Okay, so Reichel's ready to come back, so Ratu comes out and gets placed with Reichel. Where was Foligno in our lineup?
I think we had him on the first line for a little while because he's got, look at his stats line, he's got 2 goals and 20 assists, so that must be all off of Bedard.
Yeah. Okay, so he hasn't played very much this year. Yeah, 38 games. Okay. Well, Nazar's working right there. Should we take...
Probably Anderson, I think. Yeah.
If I can find Anderson on the list here, my brain is...
Third from the bottom.
To place with Foligno. We might have to adjust the line times, but we'll see kind of as the first game goes here. You're wanting Doe as our fourth line center. I feel like he should be higher up. How many minutes a night is he getting? 12:56, and he's got 34 points. It's actually kind of amazing.
Oh, we need Dickinson up there as a shutdown guy, and so it's either Ndo or Valeno.
All right, I'll just...
Valeno's probably a little better right now.
Okay. All right. We'll play first game out here. Actually, I guess I should have looked at all the other series, but that's... And it's a 3-2 loss to start. Give up 1 goal a period. Got outshot by 2. We scored, they scored. We scored, they scored. They scored. Oh, late too. 17:09. Oof. As we take a minute to look at the bracket. All right. Winnipeg and Dallas in the first round. Okay, there you go. Seattle also does. Cardinals fan. Love to see it. Cardinals fan, not very nice. All right. We'll try game 2. And we'll leave everything as is. We'll see how it goes. 6-3 loss. Okay. Time for some radical changes.
Yeah, I think so.
Only got 19 shots on net.
Nick Leddy, 5 assists.
Okay.
Just fell apart in the third.
I'm just going to see what, if we click lines, see what happens. All right, let's create lines assistant. So it moved Foligno up to the second line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Move Valeno down. Didn't really change anything
Kaiser and
else.
Lauer as the young guys.
Yeah.
On this bottom pair, that's okay.
Yep, all right. We'll try again. Buzneva scored 2 power play goals. Yeah, well, that's... All right, game 3. And we lose 3-0. Jeff, I feel like our playoffs is not going to last very long. We got 12 shots on net.
Wow, yeah, I mean...
Womp womp. Look at that. Connor Murphy, 99 defensive game rating.
For all the good it did.
Jason Dickinson, 97 defensive game rating, 37 offense. Ouch.
So, yeah, when you're down 2-0 in a series, going into a defensive shell for the other game, for the entire game...
Probably not a great
Probably not the optimal strategy.
All right. So we are going to take this. We're going to go into our stats. This one? Nope. That's calendar. Personnel. Which one is there not? Strategy. There we go. Actually, I guess not. That's still not what I want. Tactics is the one I was looking for. We're going to crank up the aggressiveness and the attacking. And crank up the pressure. Crank up the tempo. We're young. Let's go super high on the tempo. And probably crank up shots. Because apparently we're not shooting the puck enough. All right. Jeff, do we get eliminated?
Eventually.
And game 4 says 4-3 victory.
Yeah, kind of close, but
Hey, we got 33 shots on net suddenly. They got 37, but take what you get. So 5-goal second period, and then we scored 2 more in the third to take the lead. So, okay, there we go. That's the kind of start we need. Nashville sweeps Vegas out. Unexpected.
check the roster for a sec. Before you play the next one. Dallas and Winnipeg tied 2-2.
Do, 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 do. All right, development report. And we see lots of guys going up again.
As we should, because we got a very young team.
Yep. And lots of picks. And lots of guys going down. Ian Cole, Nick Foligno, Connor Murphy, Teuvo Teravainen, Shea Weber, Zach Sanford.
Yeah.
All right, checking the roster, and Vlasic could play, but do you want to put him in?
Maybe for Kaiser.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I just have to look at this for a second. So, Kaiser is a plus 46 on the year.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you want to take him out or put him in, or do we want to
After seeing that,
leave it?
yeah, wait one more game and see if we can get him fully healthy.
All right, we're up as high as we can be.
But
All right. Game 5. And 8-5 win.
okay, so the offense is working now.
Yeah, 37 goals. Wow, that's not right. 37 shots on net's 25, so we're out shooting them now. We're out hitting them, and maybe we're wearing them down a little bit with our speed and youngness. Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance. Cardinals fan, it's just a game. Don't take it so hard. All right. Hall of Fame nominees. We are going to add my boy Teppo Numminen.
Not your boy Keith Tkachuk.
One has affinity for Winnipeg, the other one does not. Plus, we're playing St. Louis, so that would just seem wrong. All right. Game 6. Not changing a thing. All right. Simming it out, and 4-2 loss. Pavel Buchnevich has 4 points. He's in on all their goals. They outshot us that time.
That was...
But yeah, they scored 4 goals before we finally got into the game.
What's Buchnevich's playoff stat line?
I will look here
after.
And Jason Dickinson got hurt, and so did Frank Nazar. Torn back muscle, so that might actually be what actually killed us in that game. We lost one of our top line guys.
Yeah,
and
top line right wing. How long is he? Was that going to go into next season?
Said 3 to 4 months, so he should be back for the beginning of the season. Stats summary, and we want
Or you could
playoffs. Just give me a. Trying to find things. He had 9 points in 6 games.
Yeah.
He had 4 points in the last game. So, all right, too bad. Washington wins. Winnipeg wins 4-2.
Yeah. And the Oilers surprisingly struggling with Anaheim.
Anaheim won.
Oop, Mikheyev had a setback.
That's fine. He's significant 1 to 2 months still.
Hey, Alex Vlasic's almost back. So, yeah, we kind of got exposed in the playoffs, I think. One thing letting Knight do everything in the regular season, but...
I mean, we tried. We tried.
Probably checked our playoff stats, too. Ugly as they might be.
Oh, we got some guys going to the Worlds. Connor Murphy, Connor Bedard, Nick Foligno,
and you got Reichel an off-ice incident.
Just playoffs, and we have, Bertuzzi had 5 points in 6 games, and he led the way. Actually, not bad. We had pretty even scoring. Just about everybody got a point.
Yeah, just looking down the list.
Everybody got a point.
Only 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody played did get a point. Some ugly plus minus is in there. Korchinski -5.
Yeah, well, we got team harmony. All right. Start working on cutting it down. There's a question for you in the chat, Jeff.
No, still haven't gotten the save back for some reason. I'll check again on that for you. Should have had that by now. I got to talk to Malton about something else tomorrow, so I'll remind
Nashville
him
beats Anaheim. Florida beats Tampa Bay. St. Louis is beating Winnipeg. Series tied 3-3 now, though. St. Louis wins 4-3 and Washington wins 4-3. Ooh. St. Louis versus Nashville in the Western Final, just as everyone expected.
I don't know why Nashville's overperforming so much in this.
Still going. Florida's up 2-1. St. Louis 2-1. 2-2 series. 3-1 St. Louis. Connor Bedard's doing.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at the 4 lines up from there.
4 lines up from there. World's best goalie.
Oh, from where you were? No.
Canada defeat.
World best forward, Bedard.
Oh, well, yeah, he's getting points every game. That's what I was looking at. Canada wins at the IHF, beating Finland. Yeah, well.
So some good experience for him. So I guess it's nice for Canada that we went out that quickly.
Apparently.
And Florida almost has Washington done.
He had a follow-up there for you too, Jeff. Hayes, Kaiser, okay. Soderblom still going up.
I think I think it's going to be fixed. I think Malta said he had it fixed for, if I remember right, like the next version. But it's so rare that it's highly unlikely it's going to happen to anybody else. So I think, may have been too risky to put into a hot fix right now. Speaking of which, I think we are going to have a hot fix possibly later tonight. There's another rare thing that was easily fixable, but can be fadeable if in the right circumstances. So that's going to be good.
Fadeable? You're just making up words here?
Fadeable. Fadeable.
Oh, good. A new clique has formed.
Fatalityable.
So, yeah, we're going to have to get rid of
basically Ian Cole corrupting the new guys.
Yep. Well, we got one guy out already, but yeah, we're definitely going to look at moving Ian Cole immediately. Hall of Fame vote. Let's see. Teppo Numminen. Sergei Gonchar. Zdeno Chara. I guess Thornton. Okay, Cole is going to get put on the trade block immediately. Shea Weber is going to be placed on the trade block. Florida beats Washington to return to the Stanley Cup final.
Just barely.
Again, Cardinals fan says, so I got really unlucky with a rare bug. Great. Ooh, Florida's stomping St. Louis. Again, Cardinals fan, I've told the story before. Jeff might remember it or maybe not. I said, when we were beta testing, I don't remember which version of FHM was, I hit just an incredibly, incredibly rare bug, which was causing... Actually, oh man, I forgot to put the new logo in for Utah.
Well, you can edit it now. We'll get it in. You can edit the name on July 1st, and then I'll add it next time.
Yeah, there we go. The Panthers have won back-to-back Stanley Cups.
By sweeping the Blues.
All right, back to my point that I was getting to. There was a rare bug we found in whatever FHM game it was. I had been simming through a couple seasons, and what happened was somehow the game generated the new season, but the season was going to take, 45 years to play? Because it was only scheduling like 2 games a year. It was really fascinating. So basically, guys would have their entire careers over before one season would be done. All right.
I want to check our contracts.
What contracts?
If there's anybody left you want to renew?
There was only 4 guys. I wasn't... Sanford, no. Sorello, no. Ratu.
Maybe auto-qualify him?
Well, let's see what he wants. 1.174 for 3 years.
Yeah, it's a little too much auto-qualify him so nobody else can steal him. But if he goes back to Finland, we'll still have his rights.
Yeah. So just double-checking. Yeah. But yeah, that's...
But yeah, you don't forget the 1 NASTAR guys and Leipin.
Oh, I can't shop Shea Weber.
No, he's injured.
Can I shop?
You can shop Cole.
We got offered 6th-round draft picks.
Enough.
Jared Tenorti. Brandon Smith. Okay, Jeff, you have it open. Do we need a 6th-round pick this year or next year?
Somewhere for next year. Might as sooner rather than later, I guess.
All right. We're gonna send him to
Is he
Pittsburgh.
up for 3 years out?
Who's the worst team in the save at the beginning?
San Jose.
That's a 2027 pick, so that's 3 years away. Nope.
Ottawa was bad in this one. Calgary.
Ottawa, accept. Okay, there we go. Ian Cole's gone. Trade him to the other division. Okay, and so if I want to try and move Shea Weber, I'll just. So I'm supposed to try and get rid of someone.
I mean, is there any point in doing it? He's going to retire in a week, and you've already satisfied the.
No, we
Oh
haven't.
no, that's not. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I was thinking that was Cole and not Vlasic. Try it.
Anaheim says we cannot take this much payroll. Who's going to need some?
Check.
Actually, sending him to Buffalo would be really funny.
Flyers have a low cap hit.
It's hardly likely they will accept this offer. Okay, what if we throw in the rights to somebody? Okay, the rights to Jacob Galvis. Offer trade. Buffalo Sabres already have 50 players under contract. Ugh. Who's the
Just
worst?
pick somebody whose contract's going to expire this year.
I'm trying to see if they got anybody on the trade block. No. Okay, who's
Blake?
the oldest guy they have?
Clegg is on the trade block too. 1.5 stars contract expires this year.
Where did he go? Right there. It's hardly likely they accept that offer. Okay.
Right. Make the offer. You never know.
We don't have a lot of time to turn around here.
Yeah, enough.
Oh. We need to see if we're going to lose anybody to free. Yeah, Buffalo says no way. All right, what if we change our draft picks and discuss? And we move it up to. Oh, we don't have a 4th rounder or a 5th rounder.
Next year then.
Next year we don't have a 5th rounder.
2027 then.
It's hardly likely they'll accept that offer. Offer a 5th and a 6th in 2027. Unsigned players. Anyone leaving here? So,
Oh yeah.
Victor Stenberg had 21 points in the SHL. He's a 1-star guy and he's only 22.
Yeah, no point. Even with a 3-star.
A Russian
Potential.
guy who's 1.5 stars. No. A 27-year-old Russian. Nope.
College guy there, Kelly.
1.5-star guy. Nope. Dominic James. Nope. Tage Harding. He's 6'7".
I saw T. Harding and thought Tanya Harding.
Do we need? We do need some defensive depth.
And he is Scottish, apparently.
Let's offer him a contract. He wants a 2-year deal. Yeah, we can do that. He's about the only guy I'm worried about, though. So maybe I should have thrown the rights to somebody else into Buffalo.
In worst case, we don't get the owner goal. Not going to kill us immediately in terms of job security. Unless you want to try moving Vlasic. That was the other one, guys, he wants to get rid of.
I don't want to move Vlasic. I mean, they also told us to get rid of our goalie. That seems like a bigger mistake. All right, Harding has signed a contract. Oh, man. So his assignment's potential drops to 2 stars.
Now, speaking of Rockford, how did they do in the AHL?
Cardinals fan asking, as I will look here once I'm done. Speaking of height, does it affect ratings in any way?
Not directly. It's sort of tied when a player's. How does that work? When the younger player's strength goes up, there's a chance their size will get bigger as well. I don't remember exactly how I did that, but at this stage, no.
So the AHL, just looking at what happened in the playoffs, Utica Comets beat the San Jose Barracuda. Rockford, though, finished second in their division at 41-28 and 3. So they made the playoffs. Passing, and then they lost to the Moose 3-0 in the first round. Or, I don't know what you call it the first round, but the first set.
The first round after the play-in, yeah.
Yeah.
So they tanked just as badly as we did.
At least we're consistent as an organization.
Well, no, you got to check Indy then, too. In the ECHL.
All right. Indy Fuel went 24-40-8. So, yeah, nope, they didn't even play well during the regular. Okay, let's find out if we won some awards. Hart goes to Connor McDavid. Playoff MVP is Carter Verhaeghe. Calder Trophy. As expected, it was the Islanders guy whose name I don't want to say wrong.
Siplikov.
I don't know why I can't say that. Morgan Riley is the Norris winner? Okay. Selke goes to Adam Lowry.
81 points. Pretty big season.
Vezina Trophy should have been ours, but goes to Samuel Ayerson. Executive of the Year is Wayne Campbell.
There we go.
Jack Adams winner is Wayne Campbell.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
I think it's the first time we've ever swapped those two, isn't it?
I believe it is. We did not have an NHL All-Star, and we did not have an NHL Rookie.
Oh, Nazar didn't get the right wing rookie?
Nope. That went to...
Oh, that was Siplikov. So, yeah, okay.
My margin is ruined, Cardinals fan says. All right, 34 total points.
Not great, not bad.
Maybe increase our tactics a little bit after how that went. Ding, ding, ding. Probably keep increasing prospects and coaching forwards. Owner goal failed. Now we need to re-sign some scouts.
The owner just waited a couple more days. Would have been fine.
Well, that is Wade Brookbank. Used to play for the Moose, if I remember right.
Yeah, blood bank. Rod Braceful sounds like a made-up name.
Technically, all names are made up, Jeff.
True. I gotta look him up though. Is he actually
Our job is less secure now.
yeah, real guy.
Thank you so much. All right, quiet hostility. Did I remember to... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, sorry. The clique is gone by us getting rid of Cole, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Reichel stuff will probably settle down pretty quickly.
Here's hoping. All right.
And the remainder of the stream will be the changeover to July 1st.
No, we'll go past that, but it is going to take a bit of time.
Yeah. But between that little bit of a hit for not getting the owner goal and what might happen this year, unless we come up with a comparable result, I'm maybe a little concerned about our job security this season.
No. Actually, okay, on Real Hockey News, Jeff, did you realize that the top 4 teams in the NHL from the regular season are all on the brink of elimination?
Yeah, so they are. And also in Real Hockey News, Vegas and Edmonton still scoreless.
No.
In the third, halfway through the third.
Okay, let me ask you a further question, Jeff. How are you feeling about Philadelphia's new coaching hire?
Yeah, they're welcome to them.
Okay.
Nothing we can do about that, really.
How about Anaheim's coaching hire?
Who'd they get? Can't remember.
The most controversial coach they possibly could.
Oh, right. Quenneville. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Is that all the ones you got?
And
No
Ken
one...
Holland did his Kings GM.
Yes, I heard that. That's actually a little surprising. At the same time, not, but...
Yeah, I mean, and if the Canucks were to make a front office change, I wouldn't mind getting Rob Blake.
So that you can lose to the Oilers in the first round every year? Okay, cool. Interesting move there for you, Jeff, but, you know.
No worse than hiring as a head coach, a guy with a sub 500 record in junior for a team that's typically around 650.
Say sub 500 NHL team, so.
Well, this year.
I'm surprised Jay Woodcraft hasn't got another job yet. So there's what? Still, no one knows what Seattle's doing. No one knows what Chicago's doing.
Yeah.
Other coaching opportunities that I'm thinking of?
Todd Nelson really ought to get a shot with somebody.
Him to Chicago would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah. Nelson's still, I think, trying to shake off that Edmonton experience from however many years ago that was.
That was a while back. That was...
I know.
You gotta look that up. That's...
I want to say like years? 20... No, I want to say that's like 2011-ish.
That far back? 2014. 2014, 2015. So 10 years.
Yeah, he was there after Pat Quinn, right? I believe. So he was fired right before McDavid came. Okay. You know what, Jeff? Maybe there's actually what Vancouver's master plan is. They've hired
What's that?
Adam Foote so that they can try and get Gavin McKenna.
So I'd like to get McKenna. That would not be a fun season next year, and that would that assumes we would win the draft lottery, and that just does not happen ever.
I mean, if you want to talk about NBA results here, we can.
We've got about as much chance of winning draft lottery as a small market NBA team does.
Well, you just need to trade your best player to a big market, and then suddenly you win the first overall pick. It's crazy.
Yeah, trade Pedersen for a 32-year-old that's injured. I know it would have to be Hughes, I guess.
I mean, that might still be. You trade Pedersen, you're probably going to win that trade. Maybe. I don't know. I hope Pedersen turns it around.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't know if it's just all in his head or what, but
What time's your game tomorrow night?
8:50 start local time. Love these awesome late night games on weekdays. Super helpful.
Well, it's not like you have to drive back halfway across Manitoba to get home after it.
You don't have to go halfway across Manitoba. It's
Well,
just is what it
you're not
is.
having to drive through the forest fire.
Yet.
If it gets out to you, you've got a much bigger problem than the Jets tanking in the playoffs.
So Jeff, we talk about this every time. July 1st, what's happening? Why is it so slow?
Everything is getting updated on July 1st. All the contracts take over. AI is doing a bunch of evaluations, setting goals for the upcoming season. We're retiring a lot of guys, creating the new batch of players, which is thousands of guys across the game, the new 13-year-olds. And I'm sure there's a few other things I'm forgetting, but yeah, that's by far the single biggest, busiest record-keeping day of the season. So it just takes a good long time, particularly if you're playing on a potato like Adam is, to get through that.
I am not playing on a potato. You say that. My computer is more than enough.
After it gets there, do you want to do the draft?
Sure.
So can we do that, and then I can sim it up to the start of the preseason.
Well, we'll do the draft,
I'll draft
and
and
maybe look and see if there's any free agents we want to try and grab, if there's anyone available.
yeah, yeah.
If, it finishes simming in the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Also, Jeff, we
10
haven't
minutes,
mentioned
15
it
minutes.
at all, but there's this really important thing, too, we haven't
Oh.
talked about.
Oh yeah, the playoff sale is on
Yeah.
for another few days.
Yeah. 4 days.
50% off on Steam. So if you haven't picked up the game yet, good time to do it now.
Which, we should have led off with. We're now an hour in, so. But if you've been paying attention and following us on social media, which I know most of you have seen our posts about it. And 54, 26, and 2. Overall,
Talk seasons since. Got to look it up. Actually, best season. Yeah, it's 2010, first of the cup. Well, the first of the modern cup years. We could bring back Patrick Kane.
worst or not.
Doc Taves out of retirement too.
I mean, Taves is not officially retired.
Didn't he at some point?
Nope.
I did retire from the database because there was no point in leaving him like that.
Well, now he is officially trying to come back. So.
What, he is?
Yeah. No, he is working
Where'd you
towards
hear
a
that?
comeback. He's been talking about it for the longest time. He had a big article on, was it The Athletic? With talking with Mark Lazarus, I think it was. It was all when they started talking, about him skating again, and there's discussions whether who he would sign with and who might be interested, included Winnipeg. There was talk about, like, would he sign before the trade deadline?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, guess I'll retire him.
He's still not 100% sure if he's going to be able to do it or not, but he's going to give it his best go.
Yeah, I can go to camp with somebody. Is the potato still plugged in, Adam?
Ha 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 ha. It
It's
just finished because you said that.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So you got to embarrass. Oh, jeez.
And so we lost our scout.
Look what happened with the Canucks, though.
Henrik Sedin hired. Taka calls it career.
Tocchet retired, and Henrik Sedin becomes the head coach. Well, see how that works.
Okay, so we lost one scout. 2 scouts. 3 scouts. Okay, so we're going to have to do that right away before I forget. Okay, some guys get sold.
Yeah, Jay, take a look at what that did geographically, too.
Well, that's what I mean. We'll have to make some adjustments there right away. Owner confidence. He's thrilled with it. If you can find a good veteran, do it. We are expected to contend next year, so don't let up.
Great.
Scott Arniel got fired? That seems a little harsh. There you go. It could be worse, Jeff.
What?
I just put it up on the screen for you.
Oh, Sakic is the Flames GM.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Nolan Baumgartner's now the coach. There's a
legend.
lot of coaches got fired. Wow. A lot of GMs got fired. Okay. Not a lot of guys retiring, so.
I don't see Weber in there. His contract will be out regardless, but.
Okay.
Fleury retires as expected.
We're still 20s across the board. 20s across the board.
Well, maybe you can save some money. Don't hire anybody. That'd be the real Blackhawks move.
Oh, let's see if we can add a scout or two anyways. All right, 41-year-old Francis Kim, based out of California. And very good, great. Oh, he's still out of California. Guy from Kentucky. That's got to be good, right? Hockey hotbed of Kentucky.
You got the U.S. elected, so you're not.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the map. It was 20 everywhere, so. Just added 2 Americans, added another Canadian Quebec. And we'll add Travis DeVito out of BC. There we go. Added 4 scouts for the 2 lost. Or 3 lost. Let's do our annual budget here. Owner takes just a ton of money from us. Should we add some capacity to our seats?
No, I think I just go with normal maintenance and don't make any arranging changes yet.
All right, we'll raise our development points.
Did I get that all the way up?
Yep. Should I use a high budget? No, we don't really need to change our budget. We probably have enough money. Okay.
Yeah, normal, fine.
Monthly budget. We're okay.
You don't need to go over the cap limit.
Which NHL edit. We're going to change Utah.
All right.
Utah is now the
Mammoth.
Mammoth?
Yes.
Is there a save on this one? No. Okay.
Click off and it'll be, yeah.
All right. So we now have the Utah Mammoth as our team.
And we'll get the logo in next time.
Just making sure it stays. All right. And with that, let's look at some free agents. Who's available? Top person is John Tavares.
Oh, he made the free agency.
What do he want?
And Brock Besser.
He wants a 1-year deal. Yeah. Right? 1-year deal for $6 million?
Or we could spend the money on Besser, who's actually not going to be in his mid-30s.
Yeah, but we could use somebody who's good, too. What does Besser want? He wants $7 million for 6 years and a no movement clause. All right. But we have lots of cap room, so I'm going to offer John Tavares still a contract. We're going to offer him $7 million for 1 year and give him no bonuses. Actually, we'll give him All-Star game bonus. And what do you want? 20 goals? Okay. He wants a Class B bonus of the Maurice Richard Trophy. Okay. 60 points. Okay. All right. I don't mind giving him those. But I want a no movement clause. No, you don't.
For a 1-year contract, might as well give it to him.
Yeah, but I was offering him more money. I'm going to put him back down to $7 million. All right. Okay, we offered him $7 million. All right. Assign scouts to nothing. Okay.
And again, it'll be a little slow for these days because now we're getting all the free agent offers out. And I think we're probably going to get Tavares with how much you offered him, but I think somebody's going to outbid us on Besser.
Well, we can offer Besser a little more.
CFL season starting in 3 weeks, so even if the Jets go out, you got something to look forward to.
Again, I fully expect them to win tomorrow. So,
Yeah, they're at home.
Now there's something
Game
interesting. We have been offered the national team job of Canada. Oh, Winnipeg, what are you doing? Traded Cole Perfetti for Morgan Riley. Interesting.
I mean, Riley's coming off the
Norris win, yeah.
Norris win, but yeah, they Leafs sold him high.
Oh. Jack Hughes for Kyle McCarr. What?
Wow.
That's a blockbuster.
Yeah, that's a huge shakeup, all right.
Colorado gets their centerman they need. All right, Canada offers us a job at the Winter Olympics. Yes, we accept it.
Now we're the coach and GM of the year, to be expected. And if you guys want to change numbers, but a bunch of them already belong to people, so be careful. Oh, this isn't changing numbers. This is just your sign, guys.
Yep. Okay. Just taking a quick look at... Oh, that's not what I wanted. In center, anybody else? Did we miss anyone?
Nobody really standing out?
No.
And draft will be on the 6th.
6th.
Yeah, the 6th.
Yep. All right. Besser is believed to be signed soon, and Chicago has made him a good offer. Okay. Oh, Taylor Hall is available. We could bring him back to Chicago for another tour.
Again?
Yeah, hence the another tour. Let's see. Islanders win the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick. Wow. Islanders gonna go crazy.
Just too bad for them. It's not a particularly strong year at the top.
Well, Schaefer's pretty good.
And Mesa.
Yeah. So that's actually not a bad 1-2 punch. Get possibly your starting center and your starting number 1 defenseman. Whoa. Nick Suzuki is on the move to San Jose for Sam Dickinson and Jake Furlong. Montreal's shaking it up. Pittsburgh decides they've had enough of Rutger McGroarty and send him to Florida for Mackey's Samuel. I can't even say that. Samoskevich. We had 40 points last year, which is actually pretty darn good. And Patrick Kane goes to Calgary with a 4th-round pick for Hunter Brunskowitz.
First away, it's the guy the Canucks traded to Calgary.
Yeah. And the rights to Russian I'm not familiar with. That's a interesting move from Calgary. I guess their new coach and GM wanted some players. All right, let's do the draft. All right, expecting...
And we do have a few draft picks this year.
We do.
Ours, the Leafs, 2 second-rounders, a third, 2 fourths, no fifth, 2 sixths, and a seventh.
Okay, so we pick...
Schaefer's actually fairly far down in this fourth instead of first, like he is right now. Yeah, we're not drafting super high.
22nd and 27th.
Couple of late first-rounders.
So first pick is actually James Higgins. Second pick is Porter Matone. Interesting. Michael Misa goes number 3 to San Jose. Logan Hensler goes number 4. Malcolm Spence goes number 5. Jordan Gavin goes 6. Brady Martin goes 7.
Not many defensemen yet.
Oh, we could try and trade up for Schaefer right now if you want to.
Who's picking next? Rangers.
Yep.
Are for 2 first-rounders for their first-rounder?
Seems like a lot, but they might go for... That's not what I want. I'd click transaction and trade. Let's see what the Rangers would want to move. New York. We offer the Leafs number 1. And... offering, our first and second to go up, and they say no.
You got to offer both first. Oh, and it's still okay. Yeah, it's kind of a high draft pick too. So yeah, you're not going to be able to get that. I think with those two.
No, they won't go.
Yeah,
for
no.
Probably got out of the top 10. Next pick is Schaefer goes to the Rangers.
Yep.
Cole, Reshny?
Yep.
Goes next. Then Caleb Desnoyers? Not sure. Utah. Cameron Schmidt goes 11 to Vancouver. Jackson Smith. Jack Murtaugh. Roger McQueen goes next. Carter Bear goes to Minnesota. Louis-Alex Tremblay goes to Columbus. What a Columbus name. Justin Carbonneau goes to Buffalo. Bill Zonin goes to Carolina. Henry Berskowitz goes to Anaheim. Victor Eklund goes to Seattle. Lee Sugaret goes to Philly. Jeff, speaking of which, how happy are you that the Canucks actually signed Willander finally?
Yeah, well, another Swede, yay.
Not mock draft. Scout suggestions tell us we should take a goaltender, which seems not like a good idea. Followed by William Moore. Ooh, our old friend Emil Gut is the number 3 suggestion.
I think we may want to go with Moore, though. Because all of our centers behind, or most of our centers behind Bedard are defensive guys, so we could use that second line scoring.
That's why I was looking at Braden Coots there, too. Coots is a little more developed.
Well, what do the safe and risky say?
Nothing to see weakness or liability. Coots gets injured a little bit more. Never takes successful granted. Safe says take the goalie. Coots is number 6. Moore is number 9. Risky. Neither one. Or Kutz appears as number 9 on the risky.
Also Ryabkin. But getting him out of Russia could be.
Reese Hamilton goes, then Shane Vansegi goes to Boston. Emil Gut goes to San Jose. Oh, man. Kutz goes at 26, just ahead of us, to Calgary. Well, there's a defenseman, Cameron Reed. Or Kashan Eichison.
There's a winger too, Frondel, the Swede.
Okay, he is listed as the top, or one of the top risky suggestions. I feel like we still need some defensive prospects. Am I crazy on that?
Not bad. I mean, with Vlasic back this year, and we picked up Lamoureux in the trade. We got Kaiser, Shudov. Not bad for defensive depth. I think I'd rather have a winger.
Frondel is 48 points playing in not a very high league.
48 feminine.
Okay, well, just looking here. 2 stars already. Jack O'Brien. Doesn't fade if you use him. Does occasionally get injured, but that's half the guys anyways. I don't know. This guy sounds interesting to me. Thoughts? Jake O'Brien?
I think another center.
Yeah, he can learn to play wing. Plus, as you said, we do need some center depth, so we're going to take Jake O'Brien. Okay, pick until human now. And now we have a bunch of goalies. Do we need a goalie prospect?
Yeah, Camesso. Yeah, we could add another goalie. Well, we got one guy coming in college.
Okay.
So is there anybody 3.5 stars left that's not a goalie?
I'm just looking to see what scouts and safe suggestions say. Not really looking great. It looks like, no, we're down to 3-star guys. We have 2 picks in the second round here, so we're not exactly rushed.
Maybe take the Russian on the assumption that he's going to be there for a while. Let him develop over there and then maybe eventually sign him.
Well, again, we don't have to grab anyone at this moment if we want to grab a forward first.
Yeah.
Searching by current ability, we see Andrew Thompson is another center, but he's 2 stars, 61 points, 68 games.
I think you should draft a guy.
A guy? He's an overager, which you don't like.
Yeah, but no, not a good idea.
If he's still there late, yes, absolutely, I will. This guy's name appeals to me already. Eggleton. Only had 33 points, though.
And 19.
Okay, scouts are suggesting Jeremy Loger. He's only 5'9", though, so that makes me a little worried.
Don't be heightest.
There's a guy named Kettles, which I just kind of... Peyton Kettles, he's 6'6".
That's 17. Only 2.5 star potential, though.
I know. So not a lot of... Not a lot of things that are grabbing my attention, being like, yes, this is the guy. Okay, Lirim Adam Amidovsky, 6'1". He's gonna need some time. He's a winger.
2.5 stars. Who's Thibodeau? The third? Is he 19 or 18?
But he has controversy. Thibodeau, the overager.
Oh, he is overdue. Okay, forget it. Yeah. And the ideal, a winger, defenseman, 18 years old. Cameron?
Carson Cameron, yeah, 6'2".
Captain Peterborough.
Yeah, I don't like this. Controversy will follow.
Okay.
Okay, Luke Vucic. Bright person needs... Yep, okay, doesn't like criticism, get him down. I don't even know how to say his name, but that's the guy we're taking.
Blueswick.
All right. Oh, we have back-to-back picks. Oh, no, wait. I'm on the wrong thing, that's why. Pick until human. All right. Pick 59. All right, now if we want to take goalie.
Maybe Ruggiero? Oh, no, he's 19.
Again, it could just be his birthday.
No, 19 would always be over.
Not necessarily.
May 3rd, 2006. He is legitimately 19.
Yes.
This will be his 19-year-old season.
Yep. Scouts say... Okay, another defenseman here. Noah Leberge. Gets along with everyone. Not exactly what you want to see from a defenseman. The weakest part of his game is his defensive play.
Yeah, offensive defenseman.
Yeah. So he's possible. Otherwise, Prudhomme. All right, let's take Leberge. Okay, done. Pick until human. Okay, Frolov is still there. You want to take the goaltender now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, just checking to see what he is. Gets along with everyone. He is a little prone to controversy, though.
Yeah. He'll get done to the system by the time he gets to us.
Sure he will. Wait, what's this? There's a Canadian goalie here. It's only 3 stars. He's 19. All right, we'll draft Frolov so that I don't have to hear about it.
There's another, it's Gravel farther down the list. 18-year-old Canadian goalie. But
He's gone. You've hit it, moved on. All right, so now we're left with... guys in the QQQ. Scouts say take Ty Coupland.
Maybe the guy right below him, the Swedish guy, Klingsel.
Kingsell. He's where controversy too. Okay, Thibodeau is an overager, but this is a part where he'd be okay as an overager. We're picking him late enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's take Thibodeau there. The stat line reads okay. And we're on to our last pick of round 4, and then we're going to have a big break again. Tri-City centerman, Nicholas... I don't even know how you say that last name again.
Anisimowicz.
Prone to a little controversy. No.
Just terrified of controversy, Adam.
After the 1 year, yes.
I think. Even if his controversy was a little high.
This guy sounds interesting. Max Westergaard. But you want who?
Klingso. Top guy.
Long break. All right.
And Anisimowicz is still around.
Okay. Brody Partridge. Tell me more.
Name. Lousy point total.
First year. You might turn around. Pick him up. Woo! All right. 2 picks left. Scouts are suggesting a 2-star guy. Or here we go. McGregor Richmond. That is a name.
It's actually 2 last names.
Prone to controversy. Nope.
Hey, guy is still there.
I know, that's what I was actually just looking at. But he's a little prone to controversy, but you know what? He is a guy. We'll have to wait one more round. Okay, we're going to grab Mark Kersey. Beef up our defense a little more. If a guy is still there, we will take a guy. He is. So with our final pick, we will take a guy.
Not just any guy, a guy.
Yeah. Pick 219, we take a guy. All right, how do we feel we did? Oops. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons there. We did not have the best draft, and we did not have the worst draft. So, that's okay.
Yeah, well, Canucks have one of the best drafts.
All right.
And so did the Knights, only 3 picks.
Sometimes that's all it takes. With that, I'm going to start doing the wrap up now. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTB developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTB developments as well, with stream archives going live Saturdays, typically around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European viewers. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. We're also on Bluesky as @franchise hockey, or also on Instagram, Threads, any other social media you can think of. You can probably find us. Of course, you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to official forums where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Outlook Baseball, Perfect Team Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, as we mentioned before, FHM is on sale right now, 50% off for the rest of the week. Don't miss out. We also just got John Tavares and Brock Besser both signed under contract.
Oh, wow.
So, things are going to look different on this team.
Eats up a lot of cap space, but good news for us.
You're only at $84 million, so we got lots of room. I think, right? What's the cap at? Oh, we got 30 guys on the roster, too, so. Yes. With that. All right, Jeff, anything else?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, we're probably going to have a hotfix update out for what's a fairly rare problem, just not something we wanted to leave open in the next few hours. I'm actually just going to write the notes up for it right now once we finish with this. And as we said before, game is on sale for 50% off. So if you haven't got it yet, good time to pick it up. Otherwise, we will be back next Wednesday. Well, if it goes to 7 games, what day do you know what the day the
No, it'd be like Monday or Tuesday.
Jet series will be? Oh, so
Yeah, it should.
one way or another, we'll know what's up with the Jets at that point.
Yep.
So most likely next Wednesday, we will be back and continuing this game and for the second season of the Hawks rebuild.
All right. Thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.